to do a lot of the things we did tonight. I don't know if we would have predicted 40-0, but I think we came down knowing that we'd have to play hard, and we'd have to be physical and really dialed in. And I think our guys did an excellent job of all those things, because it was a little bit of a slow burn there. I mean, it was a little bit back and forth at the beginning, but you could see we were wearing them down offensively, and defensively we were locked in from the start. So really pleased with that. We were able to negate their returner with as many times as we kicked. That was a bit. I know we had an uneven day by Brendan, but he certainly kept Abraham Williams. Without, we had one opportunity I think at the beginning. So good team win. I know there's things that we're going to look at from tomorrow and into Monday that we can improve upon, and then reset and get ready for Portland State.
Shutouts are so rare in the Big Sky Conference. So what can you say about your defense today?
No, it was a heck of an effort, and they made some plays, but we got them in a number of short yard situations where then we made the play there. That's typically what doesn't happen. Those drives continue, but we shut them down time after time. Got after their quarterback from a pressure perspective, really held the run game intact. I haven't seen these stats, but I would think that looked pretty good for our defense. And we got a lot of subs in there at the end, and for them to keep them out of the end zone and preserve that shutout. You said it, that doesn't happen often. So really proud of that group. Really proud of that group.
The defensive line, I mean, it seems like they're communicating at a really high level while also playing with an incredibly high motor.
Yeah. And we're getting more guys in there. We got Paul brought back tonight and playing a lot of guys, and they're just playing with their hair on fire. I mean, that's what that group needs to do. They need to be on the same page. Create opportunities for the guys behind them to make plays. And I thought we tackled really well tonight, just on the surface. And I think we probably had our best tackling game with the 4 right there tonight, and against a good couple backs against a really good offensive line. So, I can't say enough about how well the defense played tonight.
The inside run game, how much did that early set up a lot of the stuff late?
Well, I think, they're so aggressive, and the things we did last year out of the gun and getting Tommy to the edge, we just did it a little bit differently tonight. Getting Sean on the edge from under center, but really good balance. I think we got them moving, we got them guessing, and then those edges really provided some big plays. Both Sean running and then some big pass plays too.
Is that partly because of his comfort in under center that you guys decided to do so much of it?
Well, I think it's twofold. I think he's got a wealth of experience. I think we got to develop that game. You go back a couple weeks, if we would have been under center a little bit more, that probably would have helped. Just the communication aspect, and we got running backs right now that you keep feeding them. I think they're going to do good things. So whether we're in the pistol or under center, it's very similar. The things we can do under center, is a little bit different in the play action game, I think. And trying to play to Sean's strengths is absolutely a portion of it.
And it seems like those rollouts, he has so many options. He can tuck it, he can throw it. Obviously, the Trayton was a big target today.
Yeah.
But, is that kind of part of the thinking there too?
Yeah, no, it's like, okay, how can we get Sean on the edge, much like we did Tommy? Tommy ran for 400 and some yards against them in 2 games last year, and that's because they're so aggressive up the middle, so aggressive, and they're playing their safeties down in there. So, they're going to do, they're kind of plus one you as far as the box goes. So if you can get out to the edge, you're going to be able to make some plays, and I think it was apparent we were able to do that tonight.
A bit of a stagnant first quarter, and then obviously the offense took off in the second.
Yeah, I think we came up empty, but I think we showed that we could move it a little bit. But they're not that's a good team right there, I think, and I don't know, how good they'll be, I guess, as we go along. But I think it's a good program. It's a good team. It's a physical team. It's an aggressive team. So it was going to take a little while, and I think that's where, when you have a defense that can allow you to kind of move along offensively and figure some things out, you can do what we did tonight. If the defense gives up some points early, then it's that patience is a little bit different. So, I thought just the collective offense, defense, special teams really played together, and they complemented each other well tonight.
Both Pickering's touchdowns, not only big plays, but also sort of daggers towards Weaver, right? I mean, those big
well, that's the whole thing. I mean, you're trying to get behind them. Who can we get behind them with? It was the same play, just one was on the right hash, one was on the left hash. Trayton really setting that up well, and it's coming off of our boot action, and he got behind the defense. Sean put the ball on him, and it's 2 scores. Yeah, the timing of both of them, I'm sure hit them pretty hard.
After some of the road struggles last year, and then of course the South Dakota State loss, I mean, just how good does this win feel, and how much of a statement?
Well, I think. I don't know. I mean, the road struggles last year. We caught a couple teams that played pretty well. We couldn't. The one thing I will say, both those games, you're in particular probably talking about are Eastern and Northern Arizona. We had opportunities to put them away, and it took a little bit longer tonight, but I think we did that. So that's the biggest thing. Road home, that part doesn't matter, but when given opportunities, even in our both games with Weber last year, we could have put them away in both of them, and we didn't do that. Those went down to the bitter end. So that's the thing that I look at the most. We were able to continue to lean on them and ultimately put them away, and then we're kneeling at the end like that and get a lot of players in.
Is that a sign of growth, do you think, for your squad?
I think so, yeah. And I think we're better. I think we're better on both sides of the football. And to negate their return game would, he's so explosive, and I'm certain they count on that as part of their production. And to, the first one we covered well. We got, I think Aiden Parks took a shot at him, disrupted him. We got him down. We didn't hit the ball we wanted to, but then, Brendan was putting that thing in the parking lot almost. So, when you take that piece out of their game, you're doing something. And then, defensively, I just think we can do more this year. I do, and I think the guys are really believing in what we're doing and doing it at a fast rate.
Sean having a whole week to prepare for a game plan and having a game plan for him, how much do you think that helped his performance?
Oh, I think it makes a difference. I think both games, when he's had to come in and he's taken over a game plan, it is a shift. And so, when we can plan for him, we can maneuver some things to play to what he does well, what he does a little bit differently than Tommy. Yeah, it definitely helps.
First shutout as Bobcats head coach, just how hungry were you and how hungry are the players to keep that 0 up there?
Well, a lot of times that's up to that second group. We're not going to keep the first group in to preserve a shutout. So we're going to get guys in there. So that's what hey, let's clear the benches, but we need those guys to gain that valuable experience. So, when those guys can come through and then we can put the offense back out there and Elijah Elliott pops a run like that, that's what you're looking at, is to say, okay, we've finished with our seconds in there. We preserved a shutout. Shutouts are hard to come by in this day and age in college football, period. So to do it against a program like this, really proud.